Alright, I'm on hole number 9 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. I'm in the Thursday qualifying round for this. There's only 2 qualifying rounds, and I'm going to qualify this account today, regardless of what happens. I don't have anything special in this account. I got lower level clubs, so if you're looking for those big overpower shots or hook shots, they're in my other account. Definitely want to bring the biggest, baddest dog that I have. And even then, it's unlikely that I can get on in 2. Maybe. If I can put myself in the right spot with my driver, I can get on in 2. Still a very difficult shot. Everything else in there will work. The whole goal is to hit this with an extra mile, end up in the spot, big dog on the hole. The hard part here is to get over with a lower level extra mile. Badger Daddy. They're using a Quasar extra mile 4. So I shouldn't have any problems here, and traditionally it's 2, no more than 2 topspin. And with my extra mile, I'm going to do a 2.4 wind adjustment. So they're trying for the hook, or they're just laying up at the top. They're trying for the hook. In the drink. If you're going to do that hook, you got to do max overpower. Tighten. Back in this area right here, about 2 topspin. No more than 2 topspin. It's 2.4 per ring, so that's a 1 ring pull. Definitely want to be 2 rings off of any transitional surface when you have these undeveloped clubs. That's all the curl I got. Hitting it perfect. Should be over nicely. I'm running up towards that sand. If you put any more than 2 topspin on there, you're going to end up in that sand, even a little bit. 2.5 is probably way too much. So be very careful when you're coming over there. Even if you've got a club that you can get more side spin on it, or more curl, like an Apocalypse, if you had a level 1 or a level 2 Apocalypse, and you can get more curl on it, you still can't get much more distance, and you'll be in that rough or dribbling out into that sand. So that's about the best that you can hope for with that club. Now let's see if they use max overpower this time. You gotta use some overpower there, dude. Max it up. I think they were in power there, we just couldn't see it. And in the sand. With lower developed clubs, you're going to have a hard time doing those max overpower shots. So I hit the rough right there and do a rough bump. That's the whole goal here, is to do a rough bump right there. So I'm 2.5 per ring. So that leaves me 1.5. So I'm a ring and 3/5. Just a little teeny bit of left-hand curl just to make it go in that direction. Hitting it perfect. And let's see if that topspin will roll me out. I'm going to hit the rough. And see if it'll roll me out and get me up there where I can do a chip on. So if I'd have put on all of the topspin there, I definitely would have been on the green. And this is definitely, I still have a lot of work to do right there. But what I'm encouraged about there is that drive shot's super easy. And from the looks of it right there, that next shot, if I put all the topspin on, I would have blown out into the green. That would be okay. Now the problem with a Firefly is it's super inaccurate. So these types of shots right here are very tricky with a Firefly. I'm going to hedge my bet and say that the wind is going to play a factor. So I need to hit it perfect or great to the right. Hitting it perfect. So no matter what, that should go in the hole. If it hits the flagpole, and it did, the wind was a factor. So when you're in that spot, if you're kind of a mid wedge, the way that I play it, and I'm not saying this is the way that you should play it, I'm just saying this is the way I play it. If I'm in about mid wedge, I think of half the cup as 4 miles per hour. So we had a 3.9 wind right there, so that was half a cup. But if the wind didn't play a factor, then I was going to go in that edge of the cup. So that's why I was just a little off, so that if there was no wind and I hit it perfect, it still would have rolled in the cup. Or if I'd hit it right, it would have rolled in the cup. But if I'd hit it left and the wind wasn't a factor, then I would have missed. So when I do that, here's the needle, here's your arc. If I'm trying to make sure that I hit perfect or to the right, I will usually hit it when the needle's going in this direction. If you're trying to hit perfect or on the left, you got more room on the left, I try and hit it when it's in this direction, because you usually anticipate. You'll be that anticipation where you'll release a little early. So you have a better shot of hitting to the left and perfect if you hit it when the ball's coming from the left. So that's why I waited until it was going here. I really don't have any preference. Sometimes I'll watch the ball go by and I'm anticipating that I'm going to hit the ball from when the needle's going in this direction, but for some reason I don't like it. So I'll let it go by and I'll hit it from this direction. I really don't care which side I hit it from. It's all about, one side feels better. Because you'll notice when you're playing this game that one side will get a jump. And so you were anticipating that you were going to hit from this side, but all of a sudden it got up here and it made a kind of a jump forward, and it changed the timing. I'll let it go by again and do it from the other side. Alright, that was hole number 9. And that was actually not too bad of an eagle. Even though I messed up the second shot and didn't put enough topspin on there to actually get me up on the green, that hole could be very eagleable for us. The other 2 par 5s are going to be very difficult with lower developed clubs, just very difficult. You're going to have everything go your way on hole number 3, and it's possible with a 3 power ball. On hole number, is it hole number 5? Hole number 6. That hole is going to be very difficult with 3 Powerball if you've got a lower developed extra mile. I had max overpower, a Titan, everything on it, hit it in the narrowest part of the neck and still ended up just dribbling out of the sand. If I could have got over to the fairway, I'd have a shot, but I don't know that we can get over to the fairway unless we bring out a 4 Powerball. Alright, that was hole number 9 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. So with pretty basic clubs, looking at 9 as being the absolute minimum score you're looking for, I was able to pick one up and eke out a 10. So the deal is in the weekend round, is a 10 going to win? No. Is a 12 going to win? Probably not. But what a 10 will do is put me in the top probably 30. And if you look at prizes, when you're first starting off, your goal shouldn't be to try and take all these risks to get up here, because what's going to happen is you're gonna fail on a bunch of those risky shots with low-level clubs, and you're going to end up 60th. And what I'm looking for is a 30th place, because at 30th place I get 6 Titans, or I get 6 Quasars. And so that's 6 balls that I can add to my collection for the next tournament. Okay, when you start getting up here into 25th and better, then you're starting to get those Titans, and that's where it really pays off, so that you can collect and get a collection of Titans going, so you can come to a lot of these holes. You're like, man, this guy's using Titans on a lot of holes. I've been playing in tournaments and I've been hoarding these. I don't play them in one-on-one. When I buy those 199 packs to get me gems so that I can open up chests, you get those katanas, and so the balls that I have a lot of usually are katanas and Titans, because I'm winning Titans in tournaments. Alright, that was the 9-hole cup. Thanks for watching.